Welcome to another video. In 2 years of reading and writing, I went from being a caveman to Socrates. I'm just kidding. But in 2 years of reading and writing, a lot of things can change for you, for the better. So here are some things that happened to me and might happen to you if you consistently read and write for 2 years, or even less. The first thing is critical thinking. People who lack critical thinking would take everything at face value. What I mean is that they wouldn't weigh all the evidences and try to form their own judgment. They just take someone else's opinion and then just consume that, and that becomes their evidence for that particular subject. But when you learn to be critical, when you learn history of something, then you're well read and you sit down to write about that subject. And of course, thinking comes with writing. You can't write without thinking. That forces you to weigh in all the evidences and then form your own judgment. For example, most people are told that their religion is the best one. But if someone reads about famous theologians from another religion, then they will realize that, wait a minute, these guys are smart in providing evidence that their religion is the correct one, while the religion that I was born in, when my parents forced me to believe, also provide solid evidence. So who do I trust? That's when your critical thinking comes into play. You weigh in all the evidence and then think for yourself. The second thing is you will gain knowledge and be interesting. I'm not telling you that you should read to become knowledgeable or wise, because that's not what I do myself. I read to become interesting, and that comes with having a particular knowledge about some subjects that will immediately hook the attention of whatever individual you're having conversation with, whether it be about social issues or history of ancient Egyptians or ancient Romans, or the ever-increasing popularity of sex robots. You can furnish the conversation with whatever knowledge you have gained from books and forming your judgment on them, and actually become an interesting individual, someone who like to listen to. And that's a really valuable skill, because it's a communication skill. You learn to talk, you learn to persuade people with showing your the best version of yourself, actually showing that you're actually informed on these subjects. And you'll also learn writing skills, of course, when you write for 2 years. That's an invaluable skill. You can actually do so much in your life with those writing skills that you have learned in those 2 years. For example, I've tried 2 times to write a novel, but I've given up on them halfway through finishing the first draft, and now I'm working on a non-fiction. I've written countless short stories, and in that process of writing and editing, I've learned, of course, editing, writing, and just putting pressure on my brain to actually think. I've explained this in a lot of my previous videos. Writing is like arranging your thoughts in a particular fashion. Like, you imagine a bookshelf. You know that the science fiction section is here because you've arranged it in that order, and you know that the non-fiction are under the shelf. And then like that, when you're writing, you arrange your thoughts like that. And when you're forced to communicate to another person about this particular subjects, you can pick out the books more easily because it's more arranged. You know what points and examples to provide. Okay, that was about it. If you like this video, if you've gained anything,
like and subscribe, that's it.